Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of Punisher issue 227, and this was a pretty cool issue. It really kind of got us into Frank's endgame, and kind of getting us close to the end of this War Machine arc that he's been going on. So it opens up, and we see this pretty much kid trying to tell Frank, Nat, and Bucky that they can't be doing whatever they're doing here. But, of course, Nat comes back and is like, listen, these aren't the guys you want to tell no to, so here's $500, we've rented out all the tables, and here's $500 more for your troubles and everything. And then he just goes around the back and everything. It's funny seeing Frank just kind of like talk with them about their orders and everything. Bucky's like, so, did you get mine without sour cream? And she's like, I got them all with sour cream. He's like, whatever, fine. And Frank starts screwing with Bucky, and like, alright, then help me with the armor. He's like, I'm not the tech guy. You're not the one with the robo-virus. And he's like, do you think I'm Cable? No! And Bucky's just like indignant at that. It's interesting seeing Bucky this way because I haven't really read comics that have had him as much in it since like Ed Brubaker with Bucky taking over for Cat. And it's just interesting seeing how different he is written here and how kind of somewhat normal he is in a kind of normal situation. Being like, you think I'm Cable? Whatever. So Frank's pretty much just pushing Bucky's buttons left and right. Eventually getting to the fact of going, okay, I've been doing this longer than you've been like putting bullets in innocent people that you're under control of the Soviets. You're like, you don't know who I am. And he just keeps making jokes at their expenses, like, why are you doing it? Because Fury's got his fingers in everything, and I know how you guys love being fingered, and that's, of course, where Bucky storms off, and that's like, listen, Fury thinks that spies are the ones that are going to win these things. Like, yeah, okay, how's you guys coming? We're fixers. Fury stays out and makes sure his hands are clean. We're the ones that get our hands dirty. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of Fury's kind of flaw in his covert operations. He always has to try and get someone to do the dirty work for him. And once people kind of get fed up with it, you kind of get situations like this. So, of course, Nat and Bucky want to do some atonement and stuff like that. We see that they switch out from the restaurant and they're looking at this prison, and we don't get much more information than that, at least at the present moment, because they're talking a little bit more. And it's like, listen, yeah, he just wants to make sure that you do right, Frank, because we've all been on the wrong side at once. He just wants to make sure that you make it right. So, oh, okay, that's cool. And they see that somebody else is trying to get into the prison. And we see that it's a contingent of Hydra people. Like, okay, which prison is this and what's going on here? Because we don't really exactly know exactly what's going on. So, they fly in. We see frickin' Frank flying in with the War Machine armor, carrying Nat. They start just taking him out. Nat is really tactical and being like, listen, we need to get to that tower, make sure we get control of the doors. And the problem is that they're bulletproof glass, but Frank's able to get her in, she gets control of the door. We see that the Hydra people are going in, Bucky's pretty much relaying to her, you need to close that door now. It does, and Frank and Bucky just pretty much start tearing into the Hydra people as we see some of them get smushed by the door, and it's like, ooh. So Bucky then radios back up going, oh, we gotta need the door open, and I was like, no, I got it. Bucky just goes, that is a vibranium reinforced door. What are you going to do? He's like, the wall is not, and busts through. The security officers of the prison are like, what? And he's like, stop, what you doing? He's like, where is he? He's like, who? And like, all right, all the way down there. So our group of heroes are trying to go through, and we find out that Baron Zemo's involved, saying that he's the new head warden, and unleashes all the prisoners. And we'd see a kind of funny scene beforehand that one prisoner was trying to give Frank lip, thinking that he's War Machine. And he goes, I'm not War Machine, and kills him. It's like, damn. But the thing is, when Zemo unleashes all of the supervillains and turns off their inhibitors, Frank is not afraid. Granted, that's not the kind of Frank that we know, but this is kind of his ideal scenario. It's a prison riot. He's got a suit of armor, all these weapons. He can now dispense his punishment at will. And we see that his armor is telling him, okay, we got 488 hostiles, and they just start taking them down. Even Buck and Nat are like, we kind of need a plan here other than kill them all before they kill us. So they're kind of mowing everybody down, and Frank goes, okay, going up, I'm getting you guys on the higher ground so that way we can do what we need to do to get everybody, take everybody out, essentially. But Frank's the only one kind of geared for that. Nat and Bucky only have kind of like pistols and submachine guns, and they weren't going in. This was supposed to be a hit kind of mission, not a protracted war inside of a prison. So it's like, alright. But Frank gets kind of pulled down. He's kind of taking everybody out. But he's getting a little bit overwhelmed. But then, I don't know where Captain Marvel and her group of heroes come in, pretty much try and assess the situation. Beast kind of goes, alright, make sure that we get everybody back into their cells and everything. We're not him. But of course, Frank is able to get away in the ensuing chaos, knock out one of the people, and he's kind of going on his own way. We cut back to Baron Zemo and his kind of small group of Hydra agents. Like, alright, we only have a little bit of time. We got our escape route secured. If any other prisoners get in our way, you guys take them out. And he's like, yep, sir. And they go, and their objective was Hydra Cap. He's like, So Frank was trying to get not information on all different kinds of Hydra people. One Hydra person in particular. Hydra Cap. And that's about where we're stuck with Zemo and Hydra Cap at the moment. We cut over to Frank as he's pretty much getting his way towards Hydra Cap when his armor goes, okay, projectile incoming. And who is it? Tony motherfucking Stark, ready to kind of throw down. And that's where the issue ends. And I'm like, yeah. I've been waiting for this ever since Tony's been back up and running and since Frank has been using the War Machine armor. And I can't wait to see how this kind of ends out and what's kind of going to happen with if Frank's going to be able to complete his objective, if that's going to kind of carry over, and how interesting it's going to be to see Frank and Tony kind of fight and how Tony's going to get the suit back, because we know Frank's not going to go for the killing moves, but he has learned how to take on armored foes, so that is going to be a really good and awesome fight, and I can't wait to see it in the next issue. So, those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.